Hope everybody's having a nice Friday. Just takes a second to switch over. There we go. And let's get this going. All right. Let me just move this here. Update this once again. And we are good to go. Let me just switch my screen over. Share my screen. And there we go. Just post some links here. Ben, good morning to you. Harry, good morning. Timothy, good morning. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, Timothy and Harry and Ben. Flying Ronan is here. Happy Friday, everybody. Jack is here. We'll be starting in just about a minute. Good morning, Robin, Duzzy, Scott. For anybody, Brian, good morning. Hope you made it back okay. And Brian was at my office. That's the gentleman that you saw at our office a few days ago. He was there Tuesday and Thursday. Hope you had an uneventful trip back home. R, how are you? We'll be starting in just a minute. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is waiting for the weekend. I don't know about you guys, but I get really tired by Friday morning. Like I am exhausted. Like last night, I was just ready to crash. Douglas, Rick, R. And remember, folks, I've got two longs and two shorts teed up for everyone that I'll share today live at noon Eastern time. Get the link. I already posted it in the chat above just a few minutes ago. Good, Brian. Good. And I'll be giving you guys some free trades. It's happening at noon today. I may cut out afterwards, so I may get out of there about 1 or 2 o'clock today because I'm just exhausted. Believe it or not, trading the market and dealing with emotions is good. Moondog is in the house. It's pretty it's nerve wracking. You know, when I trade for myself, I couldn't care less, but with you guys, I got to be extra careful. Robert, Dave, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. I think it's a good time to start. We got almost 100 people in here. So the market is down today. Shouldn't be a big surprise for anyone. The market's a little lower. Typically after the stock market makes a new high. Good morning, Adam. Me too. Me too, Larry. Typically after the stock market makes a swing high like it did yesterday, we could see it right here. It needs to digest. It happened right here. It happened right here. It keeps happening, but nobody listens. Thank you, Gary. Thank you. I'm actually going to SeaWorld tomorrow morning with my daughter and my wife. So I'll be splashing with the dolphins and the whales. Steve, good morning. So expect some consolidation. Now, we do have a wrinkle today, and that's the employment report. And I want to talk about that because that's going to be really important. Let me just put good morning here for everybody. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. There we go. That's it. Good, good. Lots of people here. So, as you guys can see here, here are the major factors that we're looking for. And I'm going to go ahead and let me just cut and paste this and I'll post it for you guys. I wonder if I could paste things on, well, let's try it, right? Let's see if we could do this. Where's my thing here? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see if we can cut and paste this and post this. All right, let's see if we can post this. Let's post this here. I'm going to post this in the Telegram channel. It's in the main Telegram channel so you guys could see him. Norm says, please state the date and day. Okay. Norm, it's 3/8/24. It's 7:53 in the morning. I hope you're doing okay, Norm. Norm, are you okay? You don't know what date is? I think Norm isn't sure that I'm doing this live or whatnot. But yeah, good. Yeah, this is live. I don't play the recorded nonsense. This is about as live as it gets. So the market's opening lower. We have a report. The report's going to come out just a few minutes after we're done here today. Let me tell you what the most important factors are. Um, that's funny. The most important factors are the unemployment rate and the average hourly earnings for the year. You see, the problem, folks, is when you look at all of this month over month. Ooh, happy International Women's Day. When you're looking at it, it gets too noisy. But one of the things we want to look at, we want to see what the unemployment rate is. We want to see what the non-farm payroll number is. And most importantly, what the average hourly earnings are for the week. We want to see if earnings goes up and down and if employment rate is going up or down. Because if the unemployment rate is going up and the average hourly earnings are going up, well, you guys know what that means. It's not good. So we want to see these numbers. We want to see the unemployment rate go down, and we want to see the average hourly earnings go up. That would be a good sign. So they're looking at 4.3. They're looking at an unemployment rate of 3.7 and about 190 in the non-farm payroll. It'll be really interesting to see how that moves. Happy Friday, Delbert, and whether it has impact on the broad market. As I mentioned before, we made a swing high yesterday. When we look at the market on an intraday basis, remember yesterday I drew this line for you right here, and then I didn't draw a line here, but I just told you about it. But I can go ahead and put it up here too. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and clear this template. There we go. Let me just go here. Okay. So I showed you yesterday that if we can get above this level, and I drew this level for you guys yesterday, and I said if we can get above this level, we're going to make a new high. I also said if we break below this level, this is Wednesday's trading right here. I said if we can break this level right here, we will go down. Well, yesterday we opened up exactly above that level. Look where we opened. This is yesterday. This is Wednesday. This is Tuesday, and this is Monday. So we opened, and I'm excluding the extended hours so you could just see the day session. Okay. So notice we opened a hair. I drew this line yesterday. I didn't draw this morning, and I told you you could look at yesterday's video. Yeah, Bradley, very true. So I mentioned yesterday that if we open above this line, I said that we went up the day before yesterday, but we couldn't break above this level. And if we break above this level, we'll make a new high. Well, we opened right here, well above the 512. We opened at 513. We kind of tested this level, and then we went up and we made a brand new high. Well, the question now is, are we going to go higher? Are we going to go lower? And are we going to test this level? So I'm going to tell you, good morning, Roddy. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. So as I mentioned to you guys, please make sure today, the key level we're going to be watching out for today, right, is going to be 511, 512. If we break the 512 level, we're going to go back into the consolidation range from a few days ago. If we stay above 512, then we're looking pretty good. So you want to write down that level. If we do go into the 512 level, below 512, it's not too bad. But if we break 508, 85, 509, it ain't going to be 508, say, just 508. It's not going to be pretty. Now, let's look at it with an overnight. See, this takes overnight data into account, so it's hard to see where those gaps are. But you could very clearly see right now, we went up all the way here last night. We gapped up last night. We opened up higher at the night session, and then we just gapped down, and we're now within the trading range of yesterday. We're still not at the lows. So again, we're just kind of in between, and the jobs report can really change things. I mean, the SPY's down 0.11%, so it's not down quite, anything. I mean, we went up almost 1% yesterday. We're down 0.11. I wouldn't make a big deal out of this yet. And again, we have a big report in 32 minutes. But the key levels you want to watch, the first level you want to watch is 512, and then you want to watch the 508, the 508-ish level, okay? Please keep in mind. Good morning, Tom, Elizabeth, Roddy, Curious Cat. Yes, BMY. We talked about BMY and healthcare stocks. On the upside, I don't have any levels because this is an all-time fresh high. Can't really make a level, but what you want to look at is the all-time high, which is at about 516 area. Looking at the QQQ, and there's no major earnings today. Cam, good morning to you. By the way, thanks for reminding me inadvertently, Cam. Cam has a session between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., If anybody has any customer service questions, how to install something, how to propagate something, how to make something tick, how to match it to my screen, go to your members area, hit the red button, and go on a Zoom call with Cam. It's live. Julian, morning from UK. It's not morning in UK. It's nighttime in UK, or actually late afternoon. Actually, no, mid afternoon, not even late afternoon. Good morning, Carrie. So again, Nasdaq. Let's look at the QQQ. Let's take away the night session. I told you yesterday. I drew this line yesterday. I didn't draw this line today. That level is at 441.96. I would just say 442. And on the downside, that level is 443. Now, interestingly, I want to show you something interestingly. Yesterday, when we on the Nasdaq, when we tried to take out the all-time high, look at what happened. We matched it, but we didn't really take it out. And look at what happened after we hit it. We cooled off. We bounced off. And on the night session, it happened again. Look, we gapped up here, almost, right? We gapped up here and we bounced off. So there's some major, major resistance. This is look, once, twice, three times, four times, five times. So the more times it hits it, the more times it legitimizes it. A lot of folks believe the more time it hits it, the more resistance it has. No, no. The more time it hits it, the more it knocks on the door. And eventually, if you knock on the door enough, you'll get in. So the more it hits this level, the more it legitimizes it. But I want you to be mindful that it's been hitting off of this level now for 3 days. And that level is roughly mid 446s. You should be writing this down. Oh, thank you, Dan. Good, good. UK 1 p.m. Yeah, that's what I said, early afternoon. Okay. Yeah, it's 7 or 8 hours difference, depending on where you are in the UK. So again, be careful, be careful. You can't see this on a daily chart, but you could see that we're getting choppy on the NASDAQ and we're not breaking higher. And also the QQQ, why do I keep typing WWW? The Dow, if you look at the Dow, which we're going to look at right now, it has been lagging a lot more. So you've got the SPY really strong because the SPY has a lot of the slightly smaller stock than the Dow. But if you look at the Dow, we're not doing so hot. This is we made a high about a week and a half ago. So I'm not excited about this. And what I'd like to see is the Dow hit a new high again. Otherwise, what you're seeing right now in the Dow and in the QQQ, you're going to see in the S&P. There's only so much it can go. But generally speaking, aside from the fact that we have a huge report today, typically every time you see an up day, you will see a consolidation for a few days and then a new high. New high, consolidation for a day, new high. New high, consolidation for a day, new high. Even right here, consolidates a little bit above next few days and goes up. Here, makes a high, consolidates, and makes a new high. It doesn't just go straight up. So be very mindful and please keep your eye on those levels that I gave you, okay? Really, really, really important, okay? Really, really important. So let's talk a little bit about the bond market. I go back to my template here. As I mentioned yesterday, I think the bond market is going to peak out around here. I don't see it going much higher. I think the Fed data is already priced in. Notice today it's in yesterday's range and it's not higher. So my resistance level for the bond market for the TLT, this is the TLT, is right around 96.63. So I don't think we're going to go above that. This to me looks like a peak. I may be wrong. I may be off. It's happened several times before, but this to me looks like a peak, and I think this wants to come back down in range because we already know that the Fed is not going to take any action for a while. So be careful, because this says interest rates are going lower. This says interest rates are not going to go lower. And we kind of at a period right now where we don't think interest rates are going to go lower too much. All right. So I think they're going to stay here and go higher. And I think this channel is going to continue building down and continue developing into a descending triangle. I may have to adjust this a little bit, but again, we still haven't taken out the high. If we take out this high, I'm going to have to revise my opinion. Hey, Infinitely, good morning. But if we don't take out the high, It's just going to come right back down into this range. I showed you a clear template yesterday. I showed you a clear template, and it looks like a descending triangle that's breaking out the other way. But if we extend this just a more, it looks like a descending triangle that could break down and continue developing here. And uh, yeah, Richard, we'll find one when it's ready. We had a pick for Bargain Hunter. We had the GE stock. That was a Bargain Hunter pick. Did anybody make money on GE? Let's take a look here. Uh, hey, I got an email from David. Up to date, GE, happy camper. David made $795. That's a Bargain Hunter trade, Richard. Okay, let's continue. All right. So, as far as Fed data, I gave you the employment report. There's no major reports today. There's no major earnings. We're writing on technicals. Looking at the stock fetcher, and I'll get into global. Looking at the stock fetcher, I wanted to just kind of give you the sector layout. There's David. Now it's 1200. There you go. I did give you a Bargain Hunter. So again, how are we looking? Well, these three are actually pretty much in line because mid caps are speculative, home builders are speculative, and semiconductors are speculative. Well, then you get into basic materials, conservative, utilities, conservative, energy, conservative, consumer staple, conservative. So these three are good. These three are good, or four. These four are good. Here's where you start getting into the problem. Technology and Russell 2000 can be next to each other, but they got to be up here because last time I checked, and tell me if I'm crazy, semiconductors were part of the technology index. But the reason technology is down here is because consumer discretionary and communication are all the way down here. So if you take semiconductors and you discount consumer discretionary and communication, you'll be left with technology down here. Should technology be down up here and consumer discretionary be down here? Hell no. So communication and consumer discretionary are split up with a blue chip. So you have speculative, 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 highly conservative in between. And then you've got your second half of the conservative stocks right here, split up by QQQ. So we're still totally mixed up. You've got semiconductors up here. So let me show you how this should go so you could see the flow, okay? Semiconductors should be followed by technology, should be followed by consumer discretionary, and should be followed by communication. Then you should have the S&P 500. Then you should have material, utilities, energy, consumer staples. And then you should have the other ones. So they're still completely mixed up. They look better than yesterday, but they're completely mixed up. On a 3-week basis, same thing. On a 6-week basis, same thing. Completely screwed up. The only way we're going to get out of this, is if we go down and consolidate and actually stay down for a few weeks and consolidate, not go up and make a new high and go sideways. Go up and make sideways. Tom, I think they'll continue going higher because of the whole AI thing, not because of anything else. And I'd be very, very careful. Good. Frederick made money on Palantir. Have you guys lost money on any of my issue trades in the pit this week? Because we're flat. And I mean, I give you some bonus trades, but we're flat. Even Brian said I closed down the 3 trades with profit, and we closed out Palantir yesterday, and we closed out Caterpillar yesterday. So we're flat in the pit except for 3 bonus trades. And those are bonus trades. All right. So we're still whacked out. Let's talk about the broad market, and then I'll talk about the nitty gritty. Okay. All right, we got crucial U.S. non-farm payroll report coming out. That's coming out in 22 minutes. Chip stocks are still gaining ground on semiconductor, microchip. They're advancing. We should still see more upside. Victoria's Secrets, we discovered that Victoria did not have any more secrets left. She's down 29%. I told you guys it looks like a pretty good stock yesterday as a bonus. I throw out bonus stocks all the time, but Victoria is done having secrets. I think she's done with her secrets. Maybe Leonardo DiCaprio has some secrets about Victoria's Secrets, but Victoria's run out of secrets. All right. Trade deficit came in wider than expected yesterday. Not really great. And remember what I told you earlier this week, factory orders came in the lowest reading since 2020. Um, Meta closed out P tier. There you go. All right. Federal Reserve Powell. Oh, if you guys didn't hear yesterday, the Senate meeting, the one on Wednesday was they were tough on him. Yesterday, this thing was salacious. They were talking about all sorts of stuff. I mean, really, turn on C-SPAN and listen to those hearings sometimes. The things they were talking about, it was better than watching. I mean, I wanted to get the popcorn out. Dave says sector mix-up results of earnings reports. Not just that, David, the whole semiconductor AI thing. It's distorting everything. In reality, semiconductors and tech stocks should be down here right now with the rest of them. But you're not seeing it because of chip stocks, AI. I talked to a guy who's been programming for 40 years the other day, and he shares my opinion. It's a bunch of BS. There's nothing new in AI. AI is just a new way of describing technology. Instead of saying technology, they're just saying AI. There's nothing. We've been progressing in the same path in AI for the last 15 years. Japan had little play AI cars 15 years ago and little cats and dogs. They were selling for 5,000. Nothing changed. It's just we're just moving in the same trajectory. But now, if you say you have a tech company, you're not worth anything. If you have an AI company, well, come on down. Yes, there's nothing new in AI. Folks, semiconductors have been around for a long. There's nothing new in AI. AI. Yes, it's a big marketing. It's just like internet, just like folks. We're right now in 1996, and Time Warner's about to buy AOL. The stupid Bronfman family's about to buy AOL. They owned Time Warner in the 90s. The stupid Bronfman family, who I traded money for the 10th richest family in the world, is about to be a pinata again and buy AOL. That's where we're at right now with it. And I know that because I was there. Dumbest business decision I've ever seen in my life, buying AOL for billions of dollars before Yahoo comes out with the same damn thing that's free 2 weeks later. What a shit show. Don't get me started. So yeah, I think that if semiconductors were not doing this, here's what I think. I think if semiconductors were not doing this, we would be much more balanced because the technology would be on the lower end of the spectrum. And blue chips, you would see home builders, retail, which look okay, but you still have the small caps coming up here. It's out of whack, but the AI is making it even worse. All right. Exactly, Adam. It's a bunch of nothing has. I'm not saying technology is not advancing. What I'm saying is it's just advancing at the same rate, and AI just happens to be the next logical place where we're at. It's not a brand new initiative. There's nothing new about it. It's like electric cars. You think electric cars are new? Please. Well, that's one thing about me. I don't play these BS games. I don't go with. I'm going to tell you what I really think. So what I really think is that the market is a lot choppier, and a lot of it is being driven by this whole AI mishigas that is completely useless. All right. So let's talk a little bit about global economy some more, and then we'll get into the hot stocks. He said yesterday, we're waiting to become more confident that inflation is moving sustainably at 2%. Does that sound like May or March to you? No. But he did say this year, he did mention something about this year. We're not too far. You're getting the bike. You're still getting the bike. It's coming. You're not getting it tomorrow. You're not getting it next month, but it's still coming. You're still getting your bike this year. Okay. Uh, That's right, Mr. German Ritz. How about we just call you Christopher? No? All right. All right. It's just we're not here nor there, but inflation doesn't seem to be moving anywhere. What does Mesters say? She says um, central banks should be able to begin cutting rates later this year, although she prefers to observe more evidence. Nobody's talking about any time frame anymore. Nobody's talking about any May, summer. Notice that Note, oh, and nobody's talking about the number of rate drops either, by the way. That went out really quickly. That's right. That's right, Dan. They've been around since 18. That's right. So again, I don't think I think they spoke too fast. No, I don't think they spoke too fast. I think the market reacted way too fast and they spoke just slightly too fast. And I think they're going to start peddling. And if God forbid we hear January of 2000 of 2025, oy oy oy. Oh, I feel bad for the bond market. There's now a 23 chance that they're going to cut rates in May. I think this is going to go down to about 5% or 10%. But even though it's reasonable, May is still far away. But I don't think it's 23%. I think it's about 10, 15%. We already know what's coming out today. Hourly wages employment report. Europe is up, giving us a little bit of tailwind. Financial and energy stocks are outperforming. Retail stocks lost ground. But usually Europe follows what already happened in America. China is in their own little world. They closed higher. Tech hardware and telecommunication led the gains on Friday. That's really good. Good for us. Japan closed slightly higher. Bank stocks led the gains on Friday, with Misuha Financial Group rising 5% and Sumitomo Mitsui Financial over 2%. Guess what stocks Warren Buffett owns? Technology stocks gained ground. Government data revealed on Friday that Japanese household spending in January experienced its most significant year-over-year decline in 35 months. They're going to be raising their rates. All right? They're going to be raising their rates. It's just a matter of sign. Carvana, I told you about the stock earlier in this week. It's moving higher. Costco is sliding 4%. They didn't do well. This will impact consumer retail and consumer stocks today. 100% will impact them. This is a major company like Target. Gap, on the other hand, did great, but Costco and Gap are a little more different. This is more consumer discretionary, and this is more consumer staples, although it's classified as consumer discretionary. DocuSign climbed. Marvell dropped, so chip stocks may get a little wind taken out of them, and there's no major earnings for the day. I gave you guys the key levels. Let's look at stocks Uncle Roger likes. By the way, I told you about Coinbase a few days ago, and people were, I don't know why they were upset, but Coinbase made a swing high again. So if you just held on to those options for another day or so, you would have done just fine. So I don't know what the whole beef was about with Coinbase. Some people told me they made a lot of money. Some people said they missed out. And then a day later, I stopped getting all emails. Go figure, right? I get no respect. All right, let's continue now. Stocks I like. GBTC. Stock looks like it could still tread higher a little bit. Wix, I like this stock. Now, I remember, I don't know when earnings are coming out, and I don't know if the options are liquid. That's on you. I do that when I place trades. These are not trades. These are ideas. This is what I'm going to be looking at this morning when I go into the office. I got my notebook here. I got my ideas. And this looks beautiful. Let me have a little star by it. That's a nice top alpha stock. So we had Wix, right? Now we have Wex. Try not to confuse this because I know I will. I mean, Wex, Wix, don't ask. Funny, right? And by the way, here's a link for the session I'm doing today at noon. And I'm going to give you 4 stocks for next week. Let's continue. COLL. Notice there's no NVIDIA on my list. There's no Meta on my list. None of that. COLL. There's FTNT. Fortinet. This is a pretty big stock, tech stock. Cybersecurity stock, looking really good. I'm trying right now, folks, to find you stocks that are not deviating too much from the 8-day moving average, that are not like up here. I want stocks that are close to the 8-day EMA because I believe the market's a little overbought right now. So we got to be careful, okay? The key word here is being very careful. I must have given you this stock 20 times. No joke. Tell me I'm crazy. And what has it been doing? It's going straight up. Next one, ITRI. Gapped up, consolidated, digested its dinner, ready to go up again. I like Citibank still. No, remember I gave you this as a swing trade a few days or as a day trade or a swing trade? I still like this stock. Every stock that I will ever give you is always a swing trade. I have to have something to lean on if it goes against me, right? Ask yourself when you put on a position, what are all the different things that can go wrong with this position and how are you going to protect yourself? Well, leaning on the daily when it goes against you intraday, that's a smart move, right? Why don't more people do that? It doesn't have to be isolated. All right, let's continue. Like this other stock a lot. You might have heard me give it yesterday. Love the stock. Gapped up, went up here, digesting its dinner and making a higher high. And notice you'll see a lot of the same stocks that I've been giving. Why? Why do I need to find other stocks? I'm stocking stocks that are doing well. Not to say I pick the same stocks every day, but you guys get the point. PSX, another one, Ball, beautiful stock. I like these stocks. I'm going to be looking at these stocks all day today. And I would prefer the market opens down so I can get in on some of these stocks at a good price. Talked about this stock at least a dozen times. Still going up. AME. We're almost done, folks. It is, Tom. It is. Not all are good, you know? Tom, I can't always give you the perfect trades with a 95% win rate with the perfect option that's not expensive, that has a tight spread and has zero expiration. That's a lot of restrictions on me. How about I just give you a good stock? When you guys put restrictions on me, you're going to have more losing trades every time. This one doesn't look bad. I like how it's crossing above. I'd like to see some more upside on volume, but volume has been picking up here. This is not a high volume stock though. So just be careful. And remember, I have a lot of folks who trade stocks. I have a lot of folks who trade the underlying, and I have a lot of folks who are trading with one share. Yeah, I get emails like that. Can you give us cheaper options with tighter spreads? And can you just pick stocks that are between $50 and $100 and make sure you have a 95% win rate? Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe I can put a little ice cream on top too for you. You're going to take it as it comes and you're going to like it. DHI looks good too. It does. By the way, DHI has been a stock for a while now. Look at this. Nice breakout, right? I like Jacobs Engineering. I got to when I want to put a star by half of the stocks that I'm giving you guys, that's a good sign. Last but not least, let's look at CDW. Looks beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Hot chocolate sauce, right? Exactly, Adam. I got one more. Bank of America. If you can't decide between Bank of America and Citibank. Now, notice this one is a little bit above the 8-day EMA. It's not sucked into it. Let's see how C is doing. They both look pretty much the same, and they do have very strong correlation. Same thing. They both look great. They both look great. By the way, IBM is looking good too, but it may be a little overbought at this point, and it's a tech stock. See that? A little too up from the 8-day EMA. This is the 8-day EMA. Yeah, of course, Tom. But you guys wouldn't believe the emails I get. Now let's do the short side. Oh, one last one. ITRI. Last one. No, it's not the strongest, Curious Cat. Russell is not the strongest. Look, Russell is right now. Let's find it. It's right here. Last 5 days. Let's look at where Russell is. Over the last 5 days, Your Russell is not even close to being the strongest. It's like right here. Semiconductors, home builders, this is just raw weighted right here, percentage. Mid cap, this is where the money is last few days, right here. And I told you guys that home builders look really good. All right, let's do the short side now. There are several stocks that I like to the short side. Talked about this stock a few days ago. Maybe Curious Cat. We'll see. We'll see. Baidu, another one. INST. CYTK. What a pisser. I mean, look at this thing. Goes down, breaks down on volume. Volume picks up, and look at the gap. Huh? Look at that gap. Gaps work to the upside and downside too. I just gave you guys a lot of value. Adam will tell you I just gave you guys a lot of value. Yep. Although I'm not loving this, I would wait for it to go up a little bit and then break it down. But this one has shitty options, excuse my French. KDP. Oh yeah. And SMPLT. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Now, folks, starting next week, I think I'm going to start doing um set time. So I think we're going to start like at 7:50 in the morning or 7:55, something like that, right before 8 a.m. And I'll definitely talk about that. Now, before I let you go, let me just give you a few words of wisdom. Yeah, Tesla's running up. I told you that I think Tesla's bottoming out here because of this channel. You guys know I showed you the channel. We drew the channel a while back. I think it's going to go up to at least right here. Um, watch the market carefully. We're going to have a report in 4 minutes. I'm going to go live today at noon Eastern time, and I'll have a few treats for those that attend. I have two longs and two shorts that I'll share, and also cover how we've been able to rack up a 95% win rate on over 125 trades in 2.5 months, or no, 4.5 months. It's active day trading and swing trading. I've been doing a lot of swing trades lately too. I get emails and messages several times a day, people raving of how they've been doing well, and I share some of them with you. The annual price is going to go up again $500 in the pit at midnight. No monkey business. So if you've been on the fence about joining, you've already lost your chance to get it at 19.95. Now it's at 24.95. At midnight tonight, it's going to 29.95. My goal is to keep raising the price till we get to 99.95. Do you guys know me to be a liar? No. If I say something, I usually do it. My win rate has been 95%. People have been making a lot of money, and our option portfolio is up 200% in 4 months. And people here are very, very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. So my suggestion for you is get into the pit before it's too late. I'll see you guys later. I'll give you a little update on Telegram on what I believe happened with the employment report. You guys I want to thank everybody for being here. If you have a question, a trading related question, please, please, please get in the pit. He's serious. I am serious. Here's my email address. If you want a customer service question, go to your dashboard and ask Cam to help you out. Hit the red button. He's live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's really good stuff. You don't want to miss out. It's going to be a lot of fun to hang out with you guys in the pit for the next 12 months. And we're going to start doing some live sessions. We're just getting started. I just created a new program for pullbacks, not just momentum trades. I'll be talking about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Guys, have a great, great Friday. And I will see you all later today in the VIP room and in the live session. Infinitely, Thomas, have a great weekend. Bye, guys. Bye, Adam, Harry, Tom, Moondog, Curious Cat. Curious Cat, look at that. Tim, all of you guys, have a great, great Carrie, David, Have a great, great weekend, guys. Love you all. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you guys later.